Okay, so on our last lesson we saw how to write HTML using our Notepad++ editor, and so maybe I should go over a couple things. Like these H1 tags here, these are called heading tags, and usually they go up to H1, H2, H3, H4. And so if I click this number 6 here and I hit Control C on my keyboard and Control V as in Victor, I can duplicate these. I can also duplicate them in Notepad++ if I highlight it and I hit Control D as in dog. It will continue to duplicate that particular line for me, whatever I have highlighted. Okay, and so let me duplicate the line again. Okay. And so maybe on this one we'll put an H2 tag. Now remember, if we start with an H2 tag, we need to close with an H2 tag. And maybe this one will be H3. And we'll put H3 over here. This one here, maybe we'll put H4. Put an H4 over here. And over here we'll put an H5. And we'll put an H5 over here. Now we're going to hit save. We're going to save this file. We can hit Control S or just click save right here and go over and refresh, and you can see the different ones. So this would be the H1 tag, this is the H2 tag, H3 tag, H4 tag, and so on. Okay, and you can see that right here. So that's how these different selectors are made. And so that being said, we can target different tags with our cascading style sheets, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a little bit, but I want to get you more and more familiar with HTML and how to use it and the different elements that we can use to start having some fun with HTML. So let me highlight all of these and I'll delete them and we'll get into some fun stuff. Okay, now we want to know when we go to these different websites that have links that you can click on to get to different pages within that website. Okay, so how do you do that? Well, number one, we're going to highlight all of this HTML, right click and copy it to our clipboard. We'll go up here and select new, and let's just paste all of that code in there once again. Okay, and maybe then we'll call the title of this one, go in between the tags, page 2. Okay, and maybe for the H1 tags we'll say, hi kids, this is page 2. Okay, and we'll just put something like you made it right here as far as page 2, and then we'll say this is the footer in page number 2. Okay, now when we go up here to File, we're going to go to the Save File. Okay, it's going to ask us where we want to save it. Now this is the important part. We want to go to Desktop, go right down where we have our website folder. Okay, WebKids is what we called it, and we'll just call this page2.html, just like that. And we want to make sure that this is hypertext markup language. So we scroll up to the H's here, look for hypertext markup language, and click Save. Okay. Now if we go over to our files, we know that we're in index.html. I'm going to copy this whole line, and I'm going to bring up another tab, and I'm going to paste it in there. But over here at the end, we're going to put page 2, just like that. Okay, now you'll notice it says, hi, you made it. This is page 2. But how do we get that way? By making a link that we click here somewhere and we go to here, okay, to page 2. Well, let's make sure that index.html is up here, and let's go to index.html here. Now, when we get ready to make a link, okay, we're going to start with a p tag just like we did before, but now a link is called an anchor whenever you have code. Just picture an anchor. It's anchoring to the sea floor. So we're going to anchor, which is A, href, where we're going to have the reference point, and then we have to have the equals sign, and then 2 sets of quotes. Mine will automatically put 2 in there, but just make sure you have 2. And we'll type within those quotes page2.html, just like that. Now we go on the other side of that quote and close that out, and you'll notice that I automatically have a closing A tag. Now right in here, I'm going to type in page number 2, just like that, okay? And I'm going to hit save, all right? Now we're going to come back to our browser, we're going to refresh, and you notice here I have page number 2, okay? Right down under, do you like web development? So we'll click page 2 and let's see if it takes us there. Look at that. It takes us right there to page 2. So if we click back on our browser, we see that our link is working, our anchor link is working for page 2, and it takes us to page 2. Well, let's say that we wanted to make a link going back to page 1 or our index.html file. What you'll do is click highlight number 9 here, copy it, go to page 2, okay, and we'll put it on line 8. We'll highlight line 8 and we'll hit Control V as in Victor or paste it in there. And we want to put index.html, the HTML's there, and we'll just write home page right here and hit save. And let's refresh page 2, and you can see now we have a link to our home page. So now we go to page, we're back at the index, which is our home page, and then we click page 2, it takes us to page 2 just like that. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, well, we'll get on to some more fun stuff in our next lesson.